I have to drive about 100 miles to get provisions. So while I was over there today, I had my nephew and his wife meet me at an all-you-can-eat pizza place. That doesn't sound very consistent with a diet, does it? However, I restricted my movements to the salad bar. Now, before all the overeducated, iconoclastic wankers out there start with their routine about there's no difference in 3,000 calories at the salad bar and 3,000 calories at the barbecue grill routine, let me explain something that should be fairly obvious. When you're transitioning, and this is all about a diet, and believe me, I have the experience to know this. Whenever you're transitioning from overeating, and it depends on the individual, 3,000 calories might be way overeating for some people, 3,000 might not be overeating at all for some people. But whatever your overeating threshold is, it's making you gain weight. You need a transition period, because if you try to go from a 3,000 calorie diet to 600, your body's going to revolt. And you need a period of time to transition, not only from lower calories, but to the healthy foods that you should be eating anyway. So, my method is going to be this, that I transition, at least for the first week. I'll be eating big portions, but they will be of those types of foods like I already mentioned in the previous installment. As quiet as it is out here when a car comes by, may as well be a train, so I have to stop. Anyway, you need a transition period. And the doctors can explain in great detail, health professionals can explain why you don't want to, try a cold turkey starvation diet anyway. And that's not what this is at all. Here comes another one. This isn't going to be long. I just wanted to explain that point, plus another thing, and that is that the food that I bought today was, it was mostly vegetables and fruits. And I specifically bought vegetables for cooking. There's a lot of them you can eat raw, but I found out for myself that when I cook a vegetable meal and it's hot, I don't get hunger pains later as much as if I were to eat them raw, like say raw carrots, as opposed to cooked carrots, raw cauliflower and broccoli, which I got all of that, and if I cook it, it stays with me a lot longer. So I chose them specifically for that reason. The vast majority of my diet will be vegetarian style, and I'll get my protein from a combination of legumes and grains and oats specifically. And so I'm going to eat a lot of these portions and then start breaking after about a week, making the portions smaller. And I'll even have some vegetables in there too that have a high fat content, like for example avocados and nuts, which will be walnuts. They're very high in calories and very high in the good fats. So anyway, it's a beautiful sunset out here, and that's it for the second installment. Just we'll see what goes along, and I'll plan to start an exercise thing tomorrow, with the weather permitting, and it should be good. So I'll put in one more installment for that, for how I start exercise, because it needs to be regular and something that you can live with. There was one more thing that I wanted to share and point out, which was the very reason I came out here, and it does have a direct bearing on dieting. I found out over the years that one of the absolute key essential elements to a diet, because for most people it's very painful, and for me it's very painful. So for some people it may not be, but I'd say for most people it probably is. And one essential key element is keep your mind occupied. Keep your hands busy with things other than putting food in your mouth. But if you absolutely positively have to have a snack, grab something like a couple of bananas or a handful of carrots. You can do this, and the thing is, yes, it is determination, but it's like I said before, it's absolutely positively critical that you stay focused in your mind, keep in your mind a very clear picture of how the outcome that you want, how you think you'll and believe you'll feel about yourself, and other people will feel about you. There comes another one. Keep your mind occupied. And one really nice thing to do is come out to a nice, incredibly beautiful sunset, just like that. And just take in the fresh air and let your mind just kind of be on other things besides being hungry. But believe me, that transition period, for some people it's very brief, so for some people it takes longer, but give yourself a break. I mean, let it rest in your mind that most people are very anxious to get down to a smaller dress size or a smaller pant size, and just let it take time. And you will achieve your goal, and you will have some setbacks. The setbacks, they come and go. Just don't give up. Let's take one more look at the sunset. Sometimes there's almost never any cars out here. And tonight there's just Saturday night, so there's some Saturdays it's busy, some it's not. There's people coming and going. It's a very, very rural, quiet area. Oh, it's beautiful. That's something I can't get enough of. Let's see if we can zoom in. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Go out and watch a sunset sometime. Couldn't be better for your mind and your attitude. Enjoy nature. It doesn't all have to be high impact.